If God gave me just one day to be 25 again, I know I could earn money again. I could build another business. I could create another successful life. But there is one mistake I would never repeat. I would never place my happiness, my peace, or my entire life in someone else's hands. Today I am 85 years old. My hands tremble. My eyesight is no longer what it used to be, and I need a wooden cane to walk from one room to another. But one thing has never faded with age: my memories. Some memories still keep me awake at night, while others have become the greatest lessons life ever taught me. Everything I am about to tell you is not something I read in a book. These are lessons I paid for with 65 years of experience, trust, heartbreak, and silence. If you are young, don't listen to these words as if they are just another story. Listen as if an old man is giving you the advice he wishes someone had given him before it was too late. When I was a little boy, my father always told me to work hard, stay honest, and never refuse to help people. I followed every one of those lessons with all my heart. But there was one sentence he used to repeat that I never truly understood. He would say, "Help everyone you can, but never build your whole life on someone else's shoulders." At that age, those words sounded strange to me. I believed the world was full of good people. I believed kindness always came back. I believed that if I stood beside everyone during their difficult days, they would stand beside me during mine. I trusted smiles. I trusted promises. I trusted people far more than I should have. When I turned 20, I had almost nothing. My pockets were empty, but my dreams were enormous. Every morning I left home before the sun had fully risen, and every night I came back exhausted. There were days when my hands were covered in blisters from working long hours, but I never complained. I believed hard work would eventually change everything. I wasn't working only for myself. I wanted my parents to live comfortably. I wanted my family to stop worrying about money. I wanted to become the kind of man everyone around me could depend on. That dream became the purpose of my life. Years passed, and slowly my efforts began to pay off. A small opportunity turned into a successful business. The little apartment I lived in became a beautiful house. My old truck was replaced by a new car. My bank account grew larger every year. People who had never noticed me before suddenly wanted to know me. Invitations started arriving. My phone rang constantly. Friends wanted to spend time with me. Relatives spoke proudly about me. Everywhere I went, people smiled, shook my hand, and told me how successful I had become. I believed I had earned not only money but also respect and love. Looking back now, I realize I was confusing admiration with loyalty. There is a difference between people who love you and people who love the life you have created. Unfortunately, I didn't know that difference back then. Whenever someone praised me, I trusted them. Whenever someone needed help, I was the first person to say yes. If a friend asked for money, I never hesitated. If a relative needed support, I dropped everything to help. I thought generosity would build lifelong relationships. I thought kindness guaranteed loyalty. That was the biggest mistake of my life. Success has a strange way of attracting people. When everything is going well, you rarely feel alone. There are always people laughing with you, celebrating with you, calling you every day, telling you how much they appreciate you. It feels like those moments will last forever. I believed they would. Then life changed without warning. My business started losing money. A few decisions turned out to be mistakes. Some circumstances were completely beyond my control. Month after month, things became worse. The savings I had built over decades began disappearing faster than I ever imagined. Every morning I woke up hoping things would improve. Every evening I realized they had become even harder. For the first time in many years, I wasn't the successful man everyone admired, and something unexpected happened. The phone became quieter. The people who once called every day suddenly became too busy to talk. Friends who had always promised they would stand beside me disappeared without explanation. Relatives who used to visit my home every weekend stopped showing up. Some people sent short messages saying everything would be fine, but very few asked the question that truly mattered: how are you holding up? That simple question never came from the people I expected it to come from. I remember sitting alone in my living room one evening after another difficult day. The house felt strangely silent. For years it had been filled with conversations, laughter, visitors, and noise. Now all I could hear was the ticking of the old clock on the wall. That silence taught me something words never could. People often stay close to your circumstances, not to your soul. At first I was angry. I asked myself what I had done wrong. Had I ever refused to help them? Had I ever treated them badly? Why had everyone disappeared the moment life became difficult? For months I searched for an answer. Then one afternoon I remembered something my father had told me many years earlier. He once said a tree covered with fruit attracts many visitors. But when the tree becomes dry, very few people stop to rest beneath its branches. As a young man, I thought he was talking about nature. As an old man, I finally understood he was talking about people. That realization changed the way I looked at the world. From that day forward I started paying attention not to people's words but to their actions. I noticed who only appeared during celebrations. I noticed who quietly disappeared during hardship. I noticed who remembered me only when they needed something. Little by little, my expectations became smaller. And as my expectations became smaller, so did my disappointments. Then another painful lesson arrived. I had a friend I trusted more than my own brothers. We had known each other for years. We had shared dreams, struggles, and victories. One afternoon he came to me looking desperate. He told me he needed money urgently. He looked directly into my eyes and said, "I promise I'll never betray your trust." One believed him without asking for a single document or signature. I believed that years of friendship were stronger than any written agreement. A few months later, he disappeared. He didn't return the money. He stopped answering my call. Eventually, he left town without saying goodbye. The money hurt. But losing my trust in someone I considered family hurt far more. For weeks, I kept asking myself the same question. Was the world really becoming a colder place, or had I simply spent my entire life believing in the wrong people? The answer didn't come overnight. It arrived slowly, one quiet morning at a time, while I sat alone with my thoughts. I finally realized that my greatest mistake wasn't trusting others. My greatest mistake was expecting other people to carry responsibilities that belonged only to me. I had expected people to protect my heart, value my sacrifices, and remain loyal forever. Life was teaching me that no promise made by another person is stronger than the reality of human nature. From that day on, I stopped chasing people. I stopped calling those who never called me. I stopped forcing conversations that had already died. At first, the silence felt painful. I would reach for my phone, hoping someone would remember me. Most days, nobody did. That silence broke me before it rebuilt me. It forced me to sit with myself, and for the first time in decades, I began discovering the person I had ignored for most of my life. I realized something that many people never understand until they're old. Loneliness and peace are not the same thing. In the beginning, being alone feels like punishment. But if you stay with it long enough, it slowly becomes freedom. You stop depending on constant messages, endless approval, and temporary attention. You begin enjoying simple moments that no one can take away from you. A quiet morning, a cup of coffee, a walk beneath the trees, the sound of birds before sunrise. Those small moments became richer than all the noisy parties I once believed made life meaningful. One afternoon, my grandson asked me a question that stayed in my heart. He said, "Grandpa, why don't your old friends visit anymore?" I smiled because I didn't want him to carry the bitterness I once carried. I simply told him life gives everyone different roads to walk, but inside I knew the complete answer. Most people don't leave because they hate you. They leave because life keeps moving, priorities change, and everyone eventually becomes busy carrying their own burdens. The mistake is believing they will always have room to carry yours as well. As the years passed, I attended more funerals than birthday parties. I watched neighbors disappear, childhood friends grow old, and family members leave this world one after another. Every funeral taught me the same lesson. No matter how many people surround your bed during your final days, there comes a moment when every human being must face the journey alone. No one can breathe your last breath for you. No one can walk those final steps in your place. That realization is not meant to make you afraid. It is meant to remind you to become strong enough to stand on your own while you still have time. If I could speak to my younger self today, I would tell him not to stop loving people. Love is never the problem. Kindness is never the problem. Helping others is never the problem. The problem begins when you forget yourself while trying to save everyone else. I spent years making sure everyone around me was comfortable while quietly ignoring my own dreams, my own health and my own peace. I believed sacrificing everything would make people value me more. Instead, it simply taught them to expect more from me. Never hand someone so much control over your happiness that their absence destroys your life. Care deeply, but keep your identity. Give generously, but protect your self-respect. Trust people, but let that trust grow through actions, not beautiful words. Some people can make promises with a smile while already planning to break them. Time always reveals what words try to hide. One of the greatest gifts old age gave me was clarity. I stopped worrying about who liked me and who didn't. I stopped trying to explain myself to people who had already decided to misunderstand me. I stopped chasing acceptance because I finally understood something simple. The people who truly belong in your life never require you to beg for their presence. They stay because they choose to, not because you convince them. Today my house is much quieter than it was years ago. The phone doesn't ring as often. Many chairs around my dining table remain empty. But strangely, I have never felt richer. Not because of money, because I finally found peace inside myself. The peace I spent decades searching for in other people had been waiting inside me all along. So if you're listening to my words while you're still young, remember this one lesson. Build a life that can survive disappointment. Learn skills that nobody can take from you. Protect your health before illness forces you to save money before you desperately need it. Spend time with your parents while they can still hear your voice. Love your family sincerely. Be a loyal friend. But never believe that another human being can become the foundation of your entire life. People will come, people will leave. Some will love you. Some will forget you, some will disappoint you, and a very small number will stay beside you until the end. Be grateful for those few, but don't spend your life searching for more. Because one day, whether you are surrounded by 100 people or sitting quietly by yourself, you will realize the same truth that took me 85 years to understand. Your greatest companion has always been the person staring back at you in the mirror. Take care of that person. Respect that person. Never betray that person just to keep someone else happy. In the end, careers fade, money changes hands, beauty disappears, and even memories become weaker with time. But your character, your courage, and your ability to stand back up after every disappointment will remain with you until your very last breath. That is why I no longer worry about who stays and who leaves. I bless those who walked beside me, and I forgive those who walked away. Every one of them became a teacher in my life. Some taught me love. Others taught me wisdom. And the hardest lessons became the most valuable ones. If my 85 years on this earth can leave you with only one message, let it be this script: Padma Ye Boost. Never stop being kind, never stop doing good. But never forget that in the end, every person must learn how to stand on their own. Because when the crowd disappears, when the applause becomes silent, and when life tests you in ways no one else can understand, the only person who will still be walking beside